This is TransAfricaRadio.
Right now, it is about 11 minutes after 6 Central African time. And quite frankly, I'm pointing it out because I don't think I'll ever forget this moment in my life. With me in studio, I have quite an amazing guest. She is a published South African author. She is the youngest multiple award-winning writer on the continent, if not the world. I think it could be the world. And she has written not one, but two award-winning illustrated books. And she also won the 2016 National Development Agency Award for the best ECD publication for 2015, and this was a special mention category donated by UNICEF. She also won the Nelson Mandela International Community Leadership Award as Young Leader 2016 for leading motivational and inspirational roles. Now, to add to all of this, as if this all was not enough, she's also a child protection activist, and get this young lady that I am talking about is only 10 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome. I want to introduce to you Stacy Fru. Hello, Stacy. You was such an inspiration. How did you start writing books, and when did you know that you were really good at it?
Well, I started writing in November 2014. As soon as my mom has just graduated from doing her master's thesis, and I realized I was good at writing when I finished my first book, Smelly Cats, and I knew I didn't want to stop writing, and I wanted to write more books to inspire children.
That's amazing. Now, you've already mentioned Smelly Cats. That's one of your books.
Yes.
But you've actually written two. So what's the other one called?
Bob and the Snake.
Wonderful. And what are those two books about?
Well, Smelly Cats is about two cats called Mark and Mac who go to the same school for 6 years. And during this period of time, they fight a lot for friends because they're very lonely, and they want to be the popular one, and they want to have all the friends. And Bob and the Snake is about a boy who loves snakes with all his heart, and he gets a snake for his birthday. And he and the snake are very close friends. A few weeks later, his parents decide not to keep the snake anymore because it's taking up too much space and it's expensive. So Bob runs away. And he runs away to a friend's house, and the friend's parents don't know that Bob has run away. So as Greg's the friend's name, so as Greg's mom is driving home from work, she sees a poster, missing child, and takes Bob to the police station, and where his parents collect him and decide not to do anything for him.
Wow. Okay. And then what happens to the snake?
Well, after his parents decide not to do anything for Bob decides that he's going to make up a chore list to get his parents happy. So after he's done all the chores on his chore list, his parents let him keep the snake and they take him to a trip to Disneyland.
Nice. So there's a lesson there. If you do your chores, then you'll get what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've also won quite a few awards. Do you want to tell us what have these awards been? And just tell us, which one are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the first award I won that I got in Cape Town is the best ECD publication for 2015. That's the one I'm most proud of because it's my first award ever, because of my first book. And yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm sure you're going to win many more awards in the future.
I hope so.
You definitely are going to. I'll make sure of it. So for now, though, I want to get back to some lovely music. You are chilling with Sinakho on Girls Gone Wild, and I'm standing in for Tando Mtondi, who is away today. Of course, if you want to reach us, you can always send us a WhatsApp message on +27 7925 44329. You better use that number because in studio with me today is Stacy Fru. She is such an inspirational young lady. She's here to tell us about the work that she is doing to ensure that more children fall in love with reading. She is a multiple award-winning author. And then, Stacy, aside from being an author, you're also a child protection activist.
Yes.
Tell us about the safety and security campaign for children by a child.
Okay, well, I started the campaign last year in November 2016, and I started the campaign to keep children safe from any harm, and so they could feel like South Africa is their true home where they don't need to be afraid of anything.
Okay. And what are children afraid of these days?
Well, it's abuse, yes, and kidnapping.
And tell us then, if there is a child listening right now and they are being abused, what can they do and where can they get help?
Well, go to people near you. If you're getting abused by your family members, maybe go talk to friends, parents, or you can call the police on 10-111.
Okay. And also, I think as adults, we as adults are the ones who are responsible for taking care of children.
Yes.
What do you think we can do to teach children about their rights and ensure that children understand their rights?
Well, to make sure they follow their rights, you must teach them. And when they do something wrong, you should correct them straight away. And for them to understand their rights is to set the example, to tell them that no, this is bad, and to tell them that like you should do better in the future and stuff like that.
And do you think that enough children know what their rights are?
No, I don't.
Can you tell us why you think that?
Well, it's because children these days, I'm sorry, but they're ignorant. They don't want to listen because like they're busy on technology or other stuff.
And can you give us a few examples about what are the most, the child rights that you really, really believe in? What are some of the child rights or children's rights that you talk about a lot?
Okay. Well, one of the ones that I really believe in is that children have the rights to be proud of their heritage and the responsibility to not offend any other's heritage.
What else?
And also, children have a right to education, but the responsibility to respect teachers. And the third one is children have the right to like a safe environment and home, and the responsibility to keep it neat and clean.
Nice. And you've spoken at graduation ceremonies, you've spoken at so many different places. Tell us about, what are some of the most, the most memorable speeches that you've given in the past?
Well, one at Anglo Gold Ashanti, the first speech I've ever given. Also, my book launch, at Wits, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's
Yes.
good. That's good. I just want to know, Stacy, we as grown people sometimes need a bit of guidance from younger people, okay? So tell us, as adults, how can we get involved and make sure that each child actually reads more books? What do you suggest?
Well, when they're young, you should read to them, spend more time with them, educate them, make them think that books are fun, use expressions. You shouldn't be reading like this. You shouldn't be reading like a robot. You should make sure you express yourself. And also, you should buy them books. Buy them books and buy like educative books, like maybe maths books to do in their spare time, or like novels for their age.
Nice. And tell me, Stacy, what kind of novels do you read in your spare time, aside from the ones that you've written?
Okay. Well, I read a lot of David Williams and James Patterson and Roald Dahl. My favorite author is Roald Dahl, and also Elizabeth Allard.
Nice. And when you're not writing or reading books, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to watch TV and play on my iPad and also play with our dog,
Oh, what's your dog's name?
Diamond.
Diamond. Hi, Diamond, if you're listening. And then also, what kind of TV shows do you like?
I like The Thundermans, School of Rock, Girl Meets World, Jessie and Bunked.
Okay. And, Stacey, I have seen videos of you on YouTube with you reading from your books.
Yes.
Would you like to actually read us something from one of your books? I mean, if you could choose, one
Which
of them.
book?
You can choose whichever one is your
Okay.
favorite. You can read us your favorite passage because while you find it, you were telling us that adults need to actually read to their kids. And, you should really use your voice and make it entertaining and make it engaging for the kids so that they also get inspired to read. So give us a bit of an example of how we should be reading to our kids. Take it away.
Like during bedtime, you should read to them until they fall asleep. And maybe, like, this is what our dad does every day at school. he makes us read in the car. We're not allowed to listen to the radio. We read until we get to school. Then we put our book away. Then we get our bags. Then we go off to school. So yeah, you should make sure you know your child is reading.
Okay, so do you want to read us something from one of your books?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is from Smelly Cats. When Mac arrived at the party and went inside, everybody went outside. They did not respond to his greetings and did not look at his face. Mac became angry and decided to destroy Mark's party, but in a worse way than his had been spoiled. When he was alone in the hall, he looked around to see that no one was watching him. Using all his energy, he pushed down tables and pulled down the cables from the TV and broke all the lamps. When he heard someone coming, he snuck out and ran away. He was pleased that no one would know he had done the damage.
Oh dear, he had done the damage. And I'm sure he got into a lot of trouble after that, right?
Well, you'll have to find out.
Of course we'll have to find out. So where can we find your books?
Well, my social media is Stacy Fru, which is spelled STACEYFRU, and my website is www.stacyfru.co.za. My Twitter is @StacyFru, and Facebook, yeah.
Great. And
YouTube, sorry.
Of course YouTube, because we have to watch you and see how amazing you are when you actually read in front of, 2,000 people sometimes? Now tell me, Stacy, because you're only 10 years old, I have to ask you this question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I would like to become a medical doctor. Oh. I don't know what specialist I want to become, but a medical doctor.
Okay. So you say you don't know what specialist. Is there anything, maybe any favorite part of the body that you want to work on? Maybe eyes, maybe the heart, maybe the brain?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's fine. Then you can be a GP. Nothing wrong with that. So, Stacy, you have a few more things that you're actually doing that you want to tell us about. You are the founding member of the Center for Multilingual Education at WITS. Tell us more.
Well, every year during August, I go there and speak to people from overseas, mostly professors from overseas who gather around at WITS, and so I speak to them. Sometimes, like last year, I think I recited a poem, and I've been there for 2 years now, so yeah.
Great. And you're also a TV host, I hear?
Yes.
Okay.
On the online station CTVSA, it's on YouTube. CTVSA is about inspiring young children to grow up and be good leaders for their country.
And who inspires you to be a good leader?
My mom and Oprah Winfrey and Nelson Mandela.
Nice. And then you also have a book launch that's coming up at your local neighborhood library.
Yes, Savoy Library. My book launch will be on the 22nd of June 2017.
Tell us more about it.
Well, I'm launching at 3 o'clock. I'm launching my 2 books, Smelly Cats and Bob and the Snake, and because the library wanted to get them in their library, so I was launching them there. Okay,
and then when is your 3rd book coming out?
My 3rd book will be coming out later in the year, maybe in August.
And what is it going to be about?
Well, Smelly Cats on Vacation is the 2nd book of Smelly Cats, where the 2 cats go on vacation, but Mark stays in South Africa while Mac goes overseas to his mom to visit her and his granny.
Okay, nice. And are they going to be getting up to no good? Or are they going to be good children?
Well, Mac injures himself, but other than that, you'll have to find out.
Okay, great. And tell us, what are some of your favorite subjects at school?
My favorite subjects are maths and English and natural science.
Nice. Okay, that's really good. And tell me, does your teacher really inspire you? And does your teacher help you to learn? And what do you like about your teacher?
Well, my teacher is not teaching us now because her son passed. But I learned a lot from her because she's very energetic and she's strong and she's beautiful.
Great. So teachers should be more strong and more energetic so that children learn and become inspired.
And
Wonderful.
she's fun.
Great. Well, you are a lot of fun too, Stacy. It has been an absolute pleasure speaking to you today. I am truly inspired by you. I mean, I'm so glad I met you, and I think you're going to inspire a whole lot of young people out there and adults as well. I mean, if you can do it all before 10 years old, what are we still doing at our old age? You know? So thank you very much. Just tell us again where people can get hold of you and where people can see you next.
On my Facebook page is Stacy Fru. Twitter is at Stacy Fru. YouTube is Stacy Fru, and my website is www.stacyfru.co.za. You can, please subscribe to CTVSA and Stacy Fru on YouTube. And you can see me next on the 22nd of June at Savoy Library, Bramley.
Wonderful. Stacey, I'm so proud of you. And I really think you're going to do marvelous things in your future. You have a bright future ahead of you. Thank you so much for coming. And don't touch that remote. Don't touch that screen. Don't touch that dial. Don't go anywhere. There's some more hot African music coming up for you to enjoy. So stick around.
This is Girls Gone Wild on TransAfrica. This is TransAfrica Radio.